First part of our exploration in memory, which is Module 22, Studying and Encoding Memories. So what is it, memory? What is it and how is it measured? Memory is the persistence of learning over time through the encoding, storage, and retrieval of information. Evidence of memory is recalling information, recognize it when we see it, or relearning it more easily on a later attempt. Three measures of memory retention include recall, which is a measure of memory in which the person must retrieve information learned earlier, as on a fill-in-the-blank test. Recognition, a measure of memory in which the person identifies items previously learned, as on a multiple-choice test. Or relearning, a measure of memory that assesses the amount of time saved when learning material again. This is the infamous Hermann Ebbinghaus's retention curve. Ebbinghaus found that the more times he practiced a list of nonsense syllables on day 1, the less time he required to relearn it on day 2. The speed of relearning is one measure of memory retention. Tests of recognition and of time spent relearning demonstrate that we remember more than we can recall, and the chart shows as the rehearsal increases, the relearning time decreases. How do psychologists describe the human memory system? Psychologists use memory models to think and communicate about memory. The first is the information processing model. It compares the human memory to computer operations, and it involves 3 processes, including encoding, storage, and retrieval. The connectionism information processing model focuses on multi-track parallel processing, the processing of many aspects of a problem simultaneously. It views memories as products of interconnected neural networks. Atkinson and Shiffrin in 1968 developed a 3-processing stage for including memory. First, we record to be remembered information as a fleeting sensory memory, the immediate, very brief recording of that information. From there, we process information into short-term memory, an activated memory that holds a few items briefly, where we encode it through rehearsal. Finally, the information moves into our long-term memory, the relatively permanent and limitless storehouse of the memory system of knowledge, skills, and experiences for later retrieval. Working memory involves newer understandings of short-term memory. It focuses on the conscious, active processing of incoming auditory and visual spatial information and of information retrieved from long-term memory and is handled by a central executive. This is the working memory model of Alan Baddeley. It includes a visual and auditory rehearsal of new information, and the hypothetical central executive or manager focuses attention and pulls information from long-term memory to help make sense of new information. An example, in auditory rehearsal, we may mentally repeat a person's name. The visual spatial information, we may mentally picture someone, and the central executive will focus that attention and help promote us the information not only into long-term memory, but hold it into working memory. We typically talk about 2 different types of memory in terms of the actual information, explicit and implicit memories. Explicit memory, also called declarative memory, is memory of facts and experiences that one can consciously know and declare. We encode explicit memories through conscious, effortful processing. Implicit memory, which is also called non-declarative memory, is the retention of learned skills or classically conditioned associations independent of conscious recollection. We encode the implicit memories through automatic processing without our awareness.